Okay, what's up everyone? So, this won't be a video of me playing, but a video on why gear matters. Now, I know I did a video a couple days ago on gear and my recommendations for gear for beginner players or intermediate players, etc. So watch that if you want. But this one will be more focused on why gear matters, why guitar and amps matters for us players. Okay, so why guitar quality and guitar amp quality matters for beginners and intermediate. Why? Because if you have better gear, you will be more motivated to play and you will sound better playing. You'll have more motivation and you'll sound better, which will ultimately help you play more. But and that's the goal for us guitar players, to play more frequently and enjoy it and enjoy our sound. Now, that is extremely important. So what I would recommend for beginners, if you have the money to get a Fender um, Player Series Strat, they're around $600 to $800. I think I can't remember, more like $700 to $800. For an amp, I would recommend. I have a few recommendations. What I have is I have the Vibro Champ, uh, 5-watt amp, and that's plenty loud for practicing in your bedroom. That you can get a used one around 8 to 900 or 7 to 900, I guess. The Fender Blues Junior amp. They have 4 models of it. You can get a Fender Blues Junior 3 or 4 used for under $1,000. Or you could also do the Fender Player Series Strat used and get that cheaper. And get the Vibro Champ cheaper used if you want. The Fender Tone Masters are good solid state non-tube amps, but they're like more expensive, like around $1,000 or more. Um, Boss Katina or the Boss Katina or something like that is a good amp, non-tube amp. That's a great non-tube amp. It has a lot of effects on it and different channels that are great. Line Six is actually I used to play Line 6 a lot, and they have tons of presets on them and different effects, and you can really have any kind of sound you can think of. So I would recommend that for a beginner. Tube amps, they're more expensive usually, but and they require maintenance every like year, 6 months a year or whatever. But they're worth it because they sound better. They sound way better than non tube amps. Now non tube amp, that's not saying non tube amps aren't good. They're great, but just keep that in mind. Maybe you prefer solid state non-tube amps because they don't require maintenance. And if you have like 15 to 1600 to spend, the Fender American Professional 2 models are great. They are great Stratocasters and Telecasters. Those are great. They're more expensive, but they really sound great. They really do. I used to have one a few years ago. I have an American Pro 2 Strat, or Pro 1 Strat, the first model. They're great. Um, So that's like for Fender and for Strats and Tellies. Now, if you like PRSs are great around the $1,000 to 1,500 range, or if you have $700 to 800, they have good amps, quality guitars for that price. Now, like I said before, Les Pauls are 2,500 or more, so that's not really in that price range. But so if you were to buy, let's say, a Fender Player Series Strat, and let's say a Fender Vibro Champ, you know, that'll be more expensive, but it will be worth it because it will sound much better than like a crappy Squire and a shitty amp. It really will, and that makes a huge difference. Having guitars that sound great and amps that sound great, because it will definitely make you feel better when you play because it will sound better and you will be more motivated to practice more. I can't stress this enough. That's why gear really is important. Having a good guitar, having a good amp. Other guitar amps: Fender Blues Junior, Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. They're all under $1,000. Vibro Champ, that's under $1,000. And Fender Player Series Strat, or if you have the money, American Professional 2 model. But you can't go wrong with those, and you can't go wrong with the two-band recommendations. So that's Vibro Champ, Fender Blues Junior, Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, under $1,000. There are more that that I can't think of. You could maybe get a used Princeton reverb for around 1,000 under. That those are great too. Great amps. I have one of those. Vox AC15, I think is under 1,000. You can definitely get a used one for under 500. That's another great tube amp. Let's see. What other guitars? So the Player Series and the American Professional 2 models are what I recommend. So alright guys, that is why it is important to have good guitar and amps. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any questions you have at all, drop a comment and I'll answer. Alright guys.